broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I will rise for you. We will rise for you. I will rise for you. And the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Moving to his feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, I will rise. For you, we will rise.
Thank you, 7th grade choir, for a very special tribute to the 8th graders. 8th grade, if I may call you that just one more time, you may be seated. Now the Spark Academy step team would like to perform a special step honored to all of you. Thank you, Spark Academy Step Team. I would like to now welcome our teachers and our special guests to the stage. Hello, Spark Academy students and families. My name is Anwar Kevin Kuzelbush, and I am honored to be the principal of all these bright, hardworking, talented young men and women in front of me. This is a special event. It is not often in our busy lives that we stop for a moment and celebrate the growth of all of our young people and all the growth that they have made. We are very grateful to have all of you here today to celebrate with us to honor the achievements of the 2019 8th grade class. Hola familias y estudiantes de la Academia de Spark. Mi nombre es Anwar Kevin Kuzelbush y soy el principal de la Academia de Spark. Estamos muy contentos de tenerte aquí hoy para celebrar los logros de nuestra clase de grado 8 2019. Before we begin, I want to really recognize a very honored guest we have today with us. Dr. Bergeron is here with us today. She has served the Lawrence Public Schools and their students uncompromisingly for the last 40 years. Thank you very much, Dr. Bergeron. I would also like to recognize our teachers who are here on the stage and are in the audience. I cannot really tell you how hard they work every single day on behalf of their students, and I thank them deeply for that hard work and dedication. And finally, I would like to thank all the families that have been able to make it out here today. You, of course, are the first teachers of all these young people in front of you, and your guidance is one of the main reasons for their success so far and the wonderful things that they will accomplish throughout their lives. Thank you very much for being here. I would now like to turn our program over to our assistant principal, Stacy Birdsell, Brooke Kawamoto, our 8th grade team leader, and our Dean of Operations, Amy Uton.
Thank you, Mr. Q. This morning, in addition to celebrating all of our students moving on to high school, we will spend the first part of our ceremony recognizing some of our students who have worked hard this year to reach excellence in the core subject areas that we teach here at Spark Academy.
We've named these awards after famous men and women who have achieved high levels of success and respectability in each of these fields. And we'll start with our first award of the day, the Pedro Martinez Golden Cleat Award for Excellence in Physical Education. Our physical education teacher, Mr. Lopez, will be presenting this award on behalf of the PE department.
Not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous right now. Before I start my speech, I didn't think I was gonna be as emotional. And then I saw some of the kids and I was like, "Ooh, freeze." So, so if I get caught up in the emotion, forgive me. I would like to start off by saying how proud I am of you, for all of you, for getting to this point. More privileged to be in this position to recognize one of your classmates. Before I begin talking about the student, I want to give you a brief history about Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez is a Dominican pitcher that stood about 5'11". So I'm 5'5", you obviously know he's taller than me. And he weighed about 170 pounds. Obviously, I'm a little more than 170 pounds. So you can see where he's at. He was considered one of the most dominant pitchers in his time. And when he retired, experts say he was the greatest, could have been one of the greatest ever to play the game. He did not look like a typical power pitcher, but he played with his heart and was tenacious on the mound. Sometimes you can't measure someone's heart nor desire. When I think about this person, all I can think about is he's always moving to what his heart is beating to. If it's in theater, playing a role, or in step, making his body clap, He shows up every day with an unmeasured amount of desire to be himself, fearless in all aspects. The one memory I have of this student was we were playing a game, and he was a goalie, and he was defending the ball from really good athletes. And I caught myself thinking, who is that? He's always performing. He's respected by his peers, and he plays with superb sportsmanship. These are, to me, the most fundamental characteristics to have as an athlete, and more important, to live a healthy, active life. He's not the most athletic looking, but he commands presence with his kind but fearless demeanor. So when I read a following quote about Pedro, I couldn't help to think of this student. One would think that watching a guy who was 170 pounds, soaking wet, take the mound and would not be at all intimidated of the scenario. But when that same beanpole could brush off a plate with 2 fastballs at 90 miles an hour before making your knees buckle with a hook from outer space, he suddenly commanded, and I repeat, he suddenly commanded a great deal of respect. And that's exactly what Spark Academy has for Jason Landavelde.
Our next award is the Paul Robeson Award for Excellence in Music. This year was the first year Spark Academy had a full music program, and here to present our first ever Paul Robeson Award winner is our music teacher, Miss Hogues.
Good morning. The award for excellence in music is given to a student who has demonstrated sincere effort in music class in the morning and also a real commitment to developing and growing as a singer in choir class in the afternoons for pretty much the entire year. The award is named after Paul Robeson, who was an American musician, but he was much more than that. He really embodied everything that Spark Academy is about. Paul Robeson's father was an escaped slave, so he was born at a time when there was racism throughout the world. And he excelled academically, graduating as valedictorian from Rutgers University at a time when people said we couldn't do academics. He also excelled as an All-American athlete in 4 sports: baseball, basketball, football, and track, at a time when people said that African Americans couldn't do sports. He then earned a law degree from Columbia University, but his secretary refused to work for him. So he left his job at a law firm and used his gifts and training as a singer and as an actor to have a 40-year international career, singing in 25 different languages, but not doing all of this just to become famous, but in fact, to further the cause of human rights throughout the world and throughout his home country of the United States. This student who has earned the Paul Robeson Award for Excellence in Music is someone who also embodies everything that we at Spark Academy believe all of you can accomplish and be. She is a strong, dedicated student, but she also cares deeply about her growth as a musician and about the learning of everyone around her. It gives me great pleasure to award this year's Paul Robeson Award for Music and Excellence in Music, to Jadalyn Bonilla.
Our next award is the Ellen Ochoa Award for Excellence in Science. Our 8th grade science teacher, Ms. Kelleher, will present this award on behalf of the science department.
Ellen Ochoa once said that she tells students that the opportunities she had were a result of having a good educational background, and that education is what allows you to stand out. Ellen Ochoa le dijo una vez a los estudiantes que las oportunidades que tenía eran el resultado de tener un buen nivel educativo. La educación es lo que te permite destacar. This year's Science Award winner takes her education very seriously, and this has allowed her to stand out not just in science, but in all of her classes as well. This student has all of the qualities of a good scientist. She's incredibly observant, can think through problems to find solutions, asks deep questions about the ideas she is learning, accepts challenging questions, and can always be counted on to give the answer when we have been searching it for a long time. Ella no tiene miedo de tomar riesgos en la clase y siempre está buscando crecer, entender y ser desafiada. For all these reasons, the 2018-2019 Ellen Ochoa Award for Excellence in Science goes to Jocelyn Porterreal.
Our next award is the Cesar Chavez Award for Excellence in Humanities. Our 8th grade humanities teacher, Ms. Castillo, will present this award on behalf of Humanities Department.
Buen día. Today I have the privilege of presenting the Cesar Chavez Award for Excellence in Humanities. This year, in humanities, students have done a great job in not only mastering the history standards, but also digging deeper and learning about their own cultures and the impact that they want to leave in this world. This specific student, throughout the year, has stuck out with their curiosity. This student is always asking questions and wanting to know more about why certain things happen and the effect it has not only on her and her friends, but on her community as well. Este estudiante siempre está haciendo preguntas y quiere saber más sobre por qué las cosas pasan y el efecto que tienen no solo a ella y sus amigos, pero también en su comunidad. It has been a great journey watching her use reason to explain her views, and I can't wait to see the great advocate she becomes for her community. Ha sido un privilegio poder observar mientras ella explica sus motivos y punto de vista en la clase, y no puedo esperar a ver la gran defensora de su comunidad que ella se convierte. With that being said, our 2019 Cesar Chavez Award winner for Excellence in Humanities is Senecia Taveras.
Each year, we have students submit a speech to enter themselves into a contest to be the class speaker. While only one student can be selected, we had many wonderful entries, each of which highlighted a different aspect of life at Spark. I would now like to bring up one of our English language arts teachers, Ms. Woodhouse, to introduce this year's student speaker who was chosen to represent the 8th grade class.
Good morning. It is my great joy to bring up our 8th grade speaker this year. This speaker demonstrates the values of Spark in all that she does. She is a hard worker, consistently joyful presence in class, and an excellent representation of this year's 8th grade class. As her ELA teacher, I have seen her confidence in her writing, her creativity, and her willingness to tackle new texts, anything from poetry to Shakespeare, improve dramatically this year. She has overcome obstacles, she has mastered new topics, and she has consistently encouraged her classmates to be the best that they can be and to have some fun along the way. It is my great joy to introduce to you this year's speaker, Jalitza Ortiz.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Dear 8th graders, future high schoolers, I am very excited to see each and every one of you here. I had a great time at Spark Academy, even though it was only for a year. Making memories here was superb for me. However, in August, I was scared to attend Spark Academy because I was going to be the new girl in school and no one was going to be my friend. I let fear take over my feelings. I stood in my bubble, became shy, not giving anyone the opportunity to become my friend. Once I became comfortable, I left my comfort zone and ended up making amazing friends. My best memory is when I joined the theater program. It changed me as a person. I met a lot of talented kids who became my good friends. My grades improved as well. My new motivations for the future, from both friends and teachers. Having dyslexia did not make this easy, but I knew I would have the support I needed. I want to thank every single one of my teachers for being there for me in my good days and bad. You never stopped believing in me. Thank you, parents. Thank you for being there for us and giving us the opportunity to succeed. 8th graders, all I want to say is believe in yourself. Believe in your goals. Believe that you're unstoppable and unbreakable. Believe that you can conquer your dreams and your dreams can become reality. All you have to do is believe in yourself first and everything else will fall into place. Congratulations, future freshmen.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Julissa another round of applause. Otro aplauso para Julissa. Hello, my name is Crystalyn Guzman, and I am the Dean of Students here at Spark Academy. I am honored to be here today to help celebrate the amazing achievements of our 8th grade class. Hola, mi nombre es Crystalyn Guzman y soy la directora de disciplina aquí en Spark Academy. Es un honor estar aquí para celebrar los grandes logros de nuestros estudiantes de 8º grado. We will now be giving out the Julia Alvarez Award for Excellence in English Language Development. Our English as a second language teacher, Ms. Guzman, will present this award on behalf of the ESL department. Ahora entregamos el premio de Julia Alvarez a la excelencia en el desarrollo de idioma en inglés. Nuestra maestra de inglés como segundo idioma, Ms. Guzman, presentará este premio en el nombre del departamento de ESL.
Buenos días. The winner of this year's Julia Alvarez Award for Excellence in English Language Development is an incredibly motivated, goal-oriented, respectful, creative, professional, organized, kind, resourceful, logical, and an inquisitive student. I'm running out of adjectives here. It is not easy to come to a new school, especially when you do not know the language very well. But this student showed incredible perseverance throughout the whole year and never gave up. The student is very quiet and soft-spoken, yet inquisitive when appropriate. So much so that I can see his gears turning at times. He always asked questions and tried his best every single day. He will tell you his favorite subjects are math and science, and how writing is not his forte. But don't let that fool you. He is quite the creative writer, well, I would say creative thinker. He was an excellent master student, partner, and always prepared for classes. The student was always on task and focused because he realized that every moment in class is an opportunity to learn and improve, especially when you are learning a new language. Despite facing some unfortunate events and difficult challenges at the beginning of the year, he showed up to school every day, always completed his work, did his homework, and studied at home. He has grown over 2.5 years in his reading and writing levels in English. In addition, those that know him very well will tell you how he's driven and motivated on pursuing a career in architecture and has kept this goal in sight for his entire 8th grade year. He is a great example of how honest effort and hard work can expedite phenomenal academic and personal growth in a short amount of time. We are all so proud of how much he has grown this year. Ahora en español. El ganador del premio Julia Álvarez a la excelencia en el desarrollo del idioma inglés de este año es un estudiante increíblemente motivado, orientado a objetivos, respetuoso, creativo, profesional, organizado, amable, ingenioso, lógico e inquisitivo. Me estoy quedando sin adjetivos aquí. No es fácil venir a una escuela nueva, especialmente cuando no sabe muy bien el idioma. Pero este estudiante mostró una perseverancia increíble durante todo el año y nunca se rindió. Este estudiante es muy callado y de voz reservada, pero inquisitivo cuando es apropiado. Tanto es así que a veces puedo ver su engranaje cerebral girándose a veces. Siempre hacía preguntas y hacía todo lo posible cada día. Él te dirá que sus materias favoritas son matemáticas y la ciencia y que la escritura no es su fortaleza, pero no dejen que eso lo engañe a ustedes. Es un escritor bien creativo, mejor dicho, pensador creativo. Fue un excelente estudiante de maestría, compañero y siempre estaba preparado para la clase. Este estudiante siempre estuvo en tareas y concentrado porque se dio cuenta que cada momento en la clase es una oportunidad para aprender y mejorar, especialmente cuando estás aprendiendo un nuevo idioma. A pesar de enfrentar algunos eventos desafortunados y desafíos difíciles al principio del año, asistía a la escuela todos los días. Siempre terminaba su trabajo, hacía su tarea y estudiaba en casa. Ha crecido más de 2 años y medio en sus niveles de lectura y escritura en inglés. Además, aquellos que lo conocen le dirán cómo él se siente impulsado y motivado para seguir una carrera en arquitectura y ha mantenido esa meta en la vista durante todo el año del 8º grado. Es un gran ejemplo de cómo el esfuerzo honesto y el trabajo arduo puede fenomenalmente acelerar el crecimiento académico y personal en un corto tiempo. Todos estamos muy orgullosos de lo mucho que ha crecido este año. El ganador del premio Julia Alvarez a la excelencia en el desarrollo del idioma de inglés es Eury Núñez.
Next, we'll be presenting the Maya Angelou Award for Excellence in English Language Arts. Our 2 English Language Arts teachers, Ms. Woodhouse and Mr. Holton, will be presenting this award on behalf of the ELA department.
Maya Angelou is an author that many of our 8th grade students are very familiar with. This year, they encountered her work in class. They realized how Maya Angelou speaks truth to power and how her words gave a voice to a community that needed a voice during a time of oppression. Our students also created poems that spoke truth to power and gave them a voice during their lives at this important juncture as they look forward to high school. It is my honor to present this award to a student who has a tremendous voice in ELA class and who all year has impressed us. Throughout this year, a single student has stood out for their effort, their positivity, and their exceptional performance. Not only has she exceeded her writing goal, earning an average of 7.3 on the writing rubric, but she is also reading at a 10th grade level as an 8th grade student. This particular student works tremendously hard, enjoys what she is doing, and is a proud example of speaking truth to power. She balances extracurriculars with educational attainment, and she has impressed her teachers over the course of the entire ELA curriculum from beginning to end. It is an honor to present this award to a student who always laughs at my terrible jokes, is always willing to talk about her day with a smile, who demonstrates tremendous pride and performs at a high level because that's just how she rolls. Congratulations, Sabrina Then. You are entirely deserving of this recognition.
Our final subject award of the ceremony will be the Rene Descartes Award for Excellence in Mathematics. One of our math teachers, Miss Banks, will be presenting this award on behalf of the math department.
In math class at Spark Academy, students improve their critical thinking skills through problem solving, careful analysis of real-life situations. Los estudiantes aprenden a organizar, analizar y interpretar datos, encontrar patrones y aprender cómo las ecuaciones pueden describir estos escenarios. Some students take on these challenges willingly, while others require a little more encouragement to dig into mathematical concepts. What is so special about this year's recipient for the Rene Descartes Award is that they were able to bring the joy that they experience in math class and spread it to others. No solo este estudiante demostró dominio matemático en cada uno de los estándares de 8º grado, pero lo hizo con una energía increíblemente positiva que se extendió a sus compañeros. He never shied away from a challenge, attempting extension assignments, asking for harder problems, or posing what-if questions. More importantly, he never shied away from explaining his answer to his group with great patience and great enthusiasm. This student never settled for himself understanding and engaging with the problem. He had to make sure that those around him shared his experience as well. He constantly brought a real sense of joy for learning math into the classroom in ways that impacted not only his own learning, but those around him. Es con gran placer que presento el premio Rene Descartes a la excelencia en matemáticas en Spark Academy a Xavier Perez.
Let's give one more big round of applause to all of our subject award winners.
I'm now going to introduce our faculty speaker for this morning. She is a very special person to me and to many people here. She helped start Spark Academy 7 years ago, and she has served as our Dean of Students and our school's heart since the day we were blessed to know her. It is my pleasure to reintroduce Ms. Crystalline Guzman.
Good morning, families, teachers, and most importantly, soon-to-be ninth graders. My name is Crystalline Guzman. Yes, for those of you that wanted to know my full name since 6th grade, you can have it now, Crystalline Guzman. And I am the Dean of Students. I am responsible for the discipline here at Spark Academy. Today, I want to talk to you about discipline, and specifically, self-discipline. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Just like most of you, I grew up in Lawrence. I went to the Oliver School and graduated from the original Lawrence High. My mom raised 3 children as a single parent, and since I was the oldest, I had to make sure that I was my mom's right hand. I had to get 2 jobs to help her pay for bills and help her feed my siblings, while still trying to attend college right after high school. I must admit, life was hard. I will not stand here and pretend that I had it all together. In all honesty, there were times when I just wanted to give up. But instead, I remembered the self-discipline I was taught. I worked hard to sharpen it and pushed forward because I wanted to finish college and I wanted to be successful, and I did. Let's fast forward to 2012, when Spark Academy first opened. I started as an associate teacher coach, and I was promoted to Dean of Students a year later. Today, my job is to make sure that all of you are succeeding, and some of the time, that requires for me to have to discipline you. There have been times when I've had to speak to some of you sternly. There has been times when as much as it hurts me and as much as it has hurt you, I've had to suspend. Believe it or not, this was all part of me teaching you self-discipline. What is self-discipline, you may ask? It is the ability to control your feelings and overcome your weakness. It is the ability to pursue what you think is right, despite temptation to do what you know that is wrong. Without self-discipline, how will you learn to conduct yourself as a high school student, soon to be a college student, an employee, and oh my goodness, a parent one day? Right now, your discipline is coming from your parents, teachers, and me. But at some point in the near future, that discipline will need to come from within you. And I know that it will. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy and that you will not make mistakes while you work hard on sharpening your self-discipline. Trust me, I've been disappointed in myself at times. I've done things that I'm not proud of. I've had to pay the consequences for my bad decisions. We sometimes make bad decisions because we are human. You're going to beat yourself up. Others might put you down or discipline you. But it does not mean that you stay down. It does not mean that you are worth any less as a person. When you make a mistake, you have to admit it. Let me say that one more time. When you guys make a mistake, you have to admit it. You may not want to admit it to others, but there is one person that you can never lie to, and that is yourself. You know what you did. You know whether it was wrong or right. Learn from your mistakes, pick yourself back up, and keep moving forward because you are worth it. Unfortunately, I will not be in high school with you next year. So I want to give you 3 steps to follow that can help lead you to self-discipline. Number 1, and all of you better be looking at me right now. Yep. Number 1, when you're about to do something that's questionable, I need you to stop, I need you to think, and I need you to ask yourself, what will Ms. Guzman say if I do this? And some of you will, I promise you, you will hear my voice saying, don't do it, don't do it. Number 2, what will my parents say? Will they be proud of me? Or will they be disappointed in me? And last, and the most important one, when you step back to reflect before acting and look at yourself in the mirror, will you say to yourself, I will be proud of myself for doing this, or I will be disappointed for doing this? Think before you act. Your parents, who are responsible for your discipline at home, love you. And I, who am responsible for your discipline at Spark Academy, just want to say that I love you too. Congratulations.
We are now moving to the moment you have all been waiting for, the presentations of your certificates.
Our first homeroom will be the Bulldogs.
First up, Anudi Almanzar. Jake Andrade. Juan Arias. Sherlyn Castillo. Jenny Lise De Jesus. Kiamaro Espinoza. Francesca Estevez. Alan Garcia. Christopher Gill. Luis Gomez. Elibeth Guillen. Chris Xavier Marta. Javier Morales. Jermiah Lynn Murillo. Nazir Gundam. Julitza Ortiz. Kiara Leo Valles. Kiari Pinnell. Destiny Rivera. Jada Rivera. James Ravella. Yasmari Torres. Larissa Valdera. Natalie Vasquez. And Denisa Velasquez. Congratulations, Bulldogs.
Our next homeroom will be the Buffaloes.
Anthony Basilio. Jason Caceres. Jamaya Colon. Victor de los Santos. Wellington de la Cruz. Jefferson Felipe. Joaquin Felipe. Johelis Gomez. Betsabi Guillen. Gabriela Hornedo. Courtney McConnell. Jaden Nunez. Josiah Ortega. Julio Rafael. Janedy Rodriguez. Jalen Rosario. Jayla Sanchez. Ethan Santiago. Melissa Santos. Adanisa Suazo. Jaylene Suero Jimenez. Jaden Taylor. Teresa Ted. Sabrina Then. Malia Then. Steven Vasquez. Congratulations, Buffaloes.
Our next homeroom is the Demon Deacons.
Andres Ayala. Terry Bennett. Bianca Candelario. Kendra Crowther. Jahaira Cruz. Olivia Fantuzzi. Edgar Fernandez. Jency Gill. Ayana Hernandez. Marjorie Matos. Lillian Mejia. Irilise Mendez. Ernesto Morales. Hector Moreno. Raymondson Pena. Analia Perdomo. Starlin Perez. Jancer Rojas. Danny Rosario. Freddie Sanchez. Alexandra Santana. Nayeli Tavares. Sandra Torres. Congratulations, Demon Deacons.
Our next homeroom will be the Scarlet Knights.
Johansi Baez. Jonabel Valdera. Jadalyn Bonilla. Shaylin Dion. Adelenis Espinal. Camille Ferrerias. Aliani Jerez. Faith Garces. Idamar Lapose. Berlin Lugo. Richard Mojica. Eury Nunez. Jordi Ortega. Leisha Perez. Anna Quesada. Emmy Rodriguez. Kiana Rosario. Bryant Santana. Emily Torero. Estrella Villar. Congratulations, Scarlet Knights.
Our next homeroom will be the Cardinals.
Shania Villa. Victor Alvarado. Julisbeth Aristi. Javian Barrios. Elijah Bodie. Kenneth Duvay. Crisbel Lopez. Pedro Fernandez. Damian Figueroa. Eddie Erica Garcia. Melody Garcia Gonzalez. Amy Enriquez. Anthony Lavoie. Realis Lespierre. Stacy Nunez. Samil Ramirez. Desmarilyn Reyes. Josker Rodriguez. Alani Salcedo. Tiffany Suazo. And Sineisha Tavares. Congratulations, Cardinals.
Our next homeroom is the AMCATs. Louis Corneal. Jeremiah Perez. Joshua Reyes Perez. And Luis Vasquez. Congratulations, AMCATs. Our final homeroom will be the Rams.
All right, Jaylise Alvarez, Giovanni Brown, Johan Cedeño, Nalaisha Chamorro, Galielis Class, Angélica Colón, Jeremian Contreras, John Elvin Fernandez, Jarius Gavin, Jadalise Goguen, Destiny Gomez, Jason Landaverde,
Jasmine Molina, Jada Mora, Jandalis Morel, Tayomi Nieves, Richie Perez, Xavier Perez, Jocelyn Portorreal, Arbelis Rosario, Adalys Santana, Angelo Sarcioni, Nathan Singh, and lastly, Ariana Valverde. Congratulations to my family.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more hand to the 2019 8th grade class. Yeah! We arrived at the last award of the day. It's the Spark Academy Principals Award. This award is presented to the student who has represented all of Spark Academy's core values: seeking justice, perseverance, active living, reason, and kindness. Students were nominated by their fellow 8th graders as well as by their teachers. 6 finalists were named, and a committee of students and teachers selected the winner. I would first like to recognize all 6 finalists at this time. I ask that they stand as I call their names. Jordi Ortega, Kenneth DeVerge, Itamar Laposte, Emily Terrero, Joshua Reyes, and Jocelyn Porterreal. We are very proud of all the hard work you've done and all you have accomplished at the time of Spark Academy, and for the fact that you made our community a better place. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to introduce Tom Bean, one of our school's co-founders, to present this year's Principal Award.
Good morning. As Mr. Q said, my name is Thomas Bean. I have the distinct privilege of announcing the winner of the 2019 Principals Award. This is the highest award we give at Spark Academy, and it's because it's for something we value a great deal: our values: seeking justice, perseverance, active living, reason, and kindness. The nominees this year are outstanding. I have been fortunate to teach and work with almost all of them: Itamar, Jordi, Emily, Joshua, Kenneth, and who did I leave out? Jocelyn. Sorry. I came to rehearsal the other day and I wrote down where you all were sitting so I could look at you when I announced your name, and some of you relocated. My apologies. You are all deserving of this award and should be proud to have been nominated by your fellow students. One more hand for these 6 outstanding students. The winner of the award this year is, to quote one of his teachers, "one of the kindest souls I've ever met. He cares deeply about everyone around him and treats everyone at this school as if they were part of his family." Another one of his teachers, who's been teaching for 32 years, said, "He is the kindest human being I have ever met. If there were more people like him in this world, the world would be a better place." This boy will sit next to a student who appears to be in need of help. He will tie their shoes when necessary and translate from Spanish to English if that would be helpful. This year, his class had 2 new students. It was a challenging transition for everyone. He reached out to the new students. He sat with them in class. He played with them during recess, and he took it upon himself to ensure that everyone was included in all activities. On Thursdays, his class has lunch with Mr. A. He loves having lunch with Mr. A, and yet sometimes when his classmates don't feel up to going, he stays behind with them in the classroom just so they're not left alone. When students in his class struggle academically and behaviorally, he will encourage them. He will go up to a student who is able to multiply for the first time and give him a high five. It is never to seek praise for himself. He genuinely wants the other person to feel good about himself. Reading is also a challenge for him, but again, he works harder than anybody in the group. Perseverance does not describe this boy's effort. If there's time waiting around, he'll grab a book to read. And when it comes to seeking justice, you've heard the expression, people who seek justice do the right thing even when no one is looking. This boy always does the right thing. While some people get special treats for doing the right thing, he isn't recognized for it because he is consistently doing the right thing. He is the student who, to use Ms. Guzman's words, exercises self-discipline. As for active living, this boy almost always has a basketball in his hand. He dribbles and shoots, he shoots and dribbles again and again just to get better, and he never gets discouraged even when he misses the mark. In sum, this boy sets the example for students at Spark Academy. I am so proud to announce that the winner of this year's 2019 Principals Award is Joshua Reyes Perez.
Joshua will now lead his classmates in the student charge and then walk them out.
My fellow classmates,
Please rise for the student charge.
Class of 2019, let's make a positive impact on the world we live in.